Javante Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. Turkey tried to start a bidding war for Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford, but ain't nobody want the goddamn fight. And PBC getting kicked out by Amazon Prime. Let's talk about all that in this video, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. We live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. Also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I ask that you join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. Knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email. Now, everything I'm about to say is coming from an article that I do take with a grain of salt. I want to start there. But I got to talk about it because I'm a content creator, and I got to point out some things with the environment that we have here in the boxing world. So, what this article to me, written by Blake Avignon of the, he's a guest writer for the MMA News weekly newsletter or whatever. And I put the link, if you want to know what article I'm talking about in this video, bro, the link to the article is on my community page. All right, I don't just talk about shit and tell y'all some bullshit or put y'all in a position where I'm just telling you, trust me, don't think for yourself. No, if you want to know what I'm talking about for the rest of this video, bro, pause the video right now, go read the article on my community page, and that's what I'm going to be referencing in this video. And in the article, he brings up some things that we got to talk about. So the main thing that everybody is talking about, or a lot of people are talking about, is he makes the claim that Premier Boxing Champions and Amazon Prime, that Amazon Prime is not going to extend Premier Boxing Champions deal, that whatever their multi-year deal is, which nobody knows, he doesn't know, no content creator can tell you how many years Amazon Prime and PBC signed up for. That never came out. We just know they got a multi-year deal, but he's making the claim that at the end of their multi-year deal, Amazon Prime is parting ways with Premier Boxing Champions, right? The other thing that he talked about was Turki Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season trying to shop around the Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight to Netflix and Amazon Prime, but those meetings didn't go well, and that's why they had to put it under C-Lot Promotions, because Amazon Prime and Netflix didn't want to purchase the fight. Those meetings didn't go well when they were trying to shop around that fight for TKO Promotions. That's something else that he said in that article. Now, and go read the article for yourself if you don't believe me. First, I want to talk about why the hesitation, bro. Hesitation to talk about the entire article. See, I can't stand when content creators and people on boxing Twitter who have a clear agenda against an entity decide that they only want to speak on the part that pushes the narrative that they've been pushing on whatever channel that they have or whatever boxing page that they have this entire time. A lot of people, as always, are cherry picking what the man said about Premier Boxing Champions and leaving out what he said about Turki Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season. Yeah, they're purposefully leaving that out, not making any videos about it, not telling you about it, and focusing in on what he said about Premier Boxing Champions because they don't like PBC, and there's this anti-PBC agenda out there for whatever reason. So that's number one. I want you guys to really think about the videos that you see today. Look at what's happening on boxing Twitter and just think of how many of you were caught off guard and how many of you were surprised that I just told you he wrote that shit about Turkey in that same article. But you don't see a lot of people talking about it. And then ask yourself why, right? Secondly, I want you to understand that this article was written by Blake Avignon. If you do some research, you'll see, number one, he's not a journalist. He's a former brand strategist, former executive for CAA, who was focused in on kind of running the brand and image and kind of marketing and stuff for different sports like NFL, NBA, top-ranked boxing, and stuff like that. So he's not a journalist, number one. Number two, the man's been out of work since January 2025. Number three, and most importantly, he said that when PBC deal wraps, they not going with Amazon Prime no more, and Amazon Prime not going to be going with them. But when is the PBC deal up? When does the PBC deal with Amazon Prime end? Somebody let me know. Because I follow boxing every goddamn day for this channel. And I don't know when the damn deal wrap. Let me know in the comment section if you got a source, if you got somebody that can tell you, KO, the deal is over at the end of 2026. It's over at the end of 2027. PBC only got 2 years. PBC only got 3 years left with Amazon Prime. Somebody let me know, bro. Somebody let me know. And then we'll go from there. So there's that. I want you to know who wrote the article. But now let me just talk about it. We talked about the hypocrisy of the coverage of it. And we talked about who wrote the article. And you can decide whether or not you want to trust him or not. He's not a journalist. He's a guy that used to be an executive within CAA and work for other brands. But he has been out of work since January of this year. And he's never been a journalist before. So that's whose article that we're going off of, just so everybody understands. Now, let me just give you my thoughts and my reaction to all of this shit, bro. For me, dog, the Turkey shit is far more damning than the PBC shit to me. Canelo versus Crawford is supposed to be the fight of the century, is what they tell us. It's supposed to be the biggest fight in history. Canelo, Crawford, Turkey, they talking about they could outdo Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. Well, Amazon Prime doesn't agree with them. Netflix didn't agree with them, bro. Netflix and Amazon Prime didn't agree with them. And now when we were wondering, yo, why Turkey taking the fight or taking the press conference to Saudi Arabia? Yo, why is this shit promoted by C-Live Promotions? What the hell is going on? Why is the venue changing? Why are they changing the date of the fight? What's happening? Well, now we know. Turkey and his team were trying to start a bidding war between two U.S.-based companies, and they like, nah, we good. The meeting ain't go well. Now it's under C-Live Promotions, and we don't know who broadcasting the fight still to this day. To this day, right now, we have no clue. So, to me, that coupled with the fact that Turkey has said he's stepping away from what he's doing in the next 18 months, his TKO boxing league and shit is not getting the traction that he thought it would get. And you start looking at all these events. The one event that he's supposed to have that was huge this year, the card of the century, that shit didn't do well on February 22nd. The Times Square shit, that whole Cinco de Mayo weekend between what happened in Times Square and what happened with Canelo and Skull in Saudi Arabia, that shit was tragic. Right? Monster anyway saved the day, but he got to get back to Japan where he sell that, because that shit wasn't profitable. He didn't put no people in the arena. They didn't make no money off of that event here in America, because people in America don't really care about Monster like that. So he going back to Japan to fight MJ Akhmadaliev where they can make some goddamn money in September. The August 16th card that he supposed to have with Haney, Telefimu, Jerome Boots in it, goddamn versus Telefimu, all that shit fell through. So, to me, all his shit is falling through. All the plans he told y'all at the beginning of the year, none of them hoes got kept. And now this report is coming out that he tried to start a bidding war between Netflix and Prime, and don't nobody want to talk about it. Let me know you paid off without telling me you paid off. Let me know you trying to get paid off without telling me that you trying to get paid off. Let me know that you got a specific, hateful, hurtful, trash-ass agenda without letting me know that you got a resentful, hurtful, hateful, trash-ass agenda, bro. Why aren't people talking about this shit, bro? Why aren't people talking about this shit? Straight up. Now let's get to the Premier Boxing Champion side of this shit. Now let's get to what it said about PBC, bro. Basically, Amazon Prime is going to show PBC the dough at the end of their current deal. Is what the report says, right? My response to that is, when is the end of the deal? When does the deal wrap up? Nobody knows. All we know is they got a multi-year deal. What if Amazon and Premier Boxing Champions did a 6-year deal or a 5-year deal. If they did a 5-year deal, they deal started in 2024. The deal ain't over till 2029. They did a 6-year deal. The deal is over in 2026. We know that Amazon Prime and PBC went into business for a multi-year deal. We have no idea how many years. That's number one. Number two, deals like what they have, bro. Amazon Prime's not making that decision yet. They ain't even done with the second year. And it seems like Amazon Prime in this second year is committed to Premier Boxing Champions, because looks like that budget that y'all said they didn't have, Amazon Prime didn't give PBC a budget. They just got a distribution deal. They ain't got no money. All I know is they putting on more fights this year than they did last year. Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo card was free. It's free. Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman card was free. Sebastian Fundora, Cordell Booker card was free. David Benavidez, David Morrell, successful card that made money. Tank Davis, Lamont Roach, successful card that made money. Say what you want about Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao, that card gonna make money. This card that they doing for Tank Davis and Lamont Roach rematch on August 16th, that card gonna make money for everybody involved, bro. And on top of that, PBC is putting their fighters on a whole bunch of different other cards and shit, bro. So I don't know why people are talking about this is the demise of the PBC. As a matter of fact, just look at how everyone in their market is treating them, bro. This is why I say people just push narratives and don't really pay attention to what's going on. Oscar De La Hoya just said Golden Boy and PBC about to make history. Top Rank just said that they about to start making a whole bunch of collaborative fights with Premier Boxing Champions in the future. And then Todd DeBuff and Bob Arum and TGB, Tom Brown, they all was sitting down, making deals, making fights, trying to collaborate together in the future. And Top Rank is talking about announcing a new media deal with a bunch of different other streaming services here in the near future. Why everybody attaching themselves to PBC if PBC is a sinking ship? The major American promoters in boxing are Premier Boxing Champions, Top Rank, and Golden Boy. Why both of the leaders of those two companies is talking about how they about to start doing all this business with the PBC if the PBC is going out of business, bro. Somebody answer. Somebody go tell Golden Boy that they going out of business. Why they trying to make history with a sinking ship, bro? Somebody go tell Top Rank that they going out of business. Why are they trying to make history with a sinking ship? Somebody make sense of that for me, bro, because the math don't math to me. I can't follow that logic, bro. I also can't follow the logic of the only company that's making money in an American market and generating any real revenue in the American market for boxing is the company that's on the outs and on the skirts and that's about to go out of business, bro. And if Amazon Prime does decide to move away from boxing, Premier Boxing Champions will be able to secure a media rights deal the same way that Top Rank is able to secure one, bro. And if they come together, which is what it, to me, that's what it looked like to me. Because I don't believe in coincidences, bro. I don't believe that Top Rank, about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, talks about how they about to start collaborating with Premier Boxing Champions. And they about to go into business with them and collaborate and come together to make fights and stuff. And then a month after that, they talking about they got this deal that they about to announce where they got multiple platforms and stuff like that. Don't be surprised if Premier Boxing Champions has shocked everybody and they part of that announcement. Just like nobody saw them going to Amazon Prime and then boom. Don't be surprised, because remember they told you that PBC was looking for another deal. They were looking for another deal to house their fights, get their fighters going, put different fights on, and get another media outlet. Don't be surprised that you don't see whatever deal Top Rank got, PBC is a part of that deal too, and they about to be on the same streaming platforms together, because all the tea leaves are there. I say all this to say, bro, because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and too far into the future. I say all this to say, I don't really care. Unless you telling me that PBC's deal is up at the end of this year or the end of next year, I don't care about a report that's saying, well, when PBC deal wraps up, Amazon Prime gonna drop them. Okay, when does the deal wrap up? And then if Premier Boxing Champions continues to perform well and generate more revenue than other combat sports that Amazon Prime has on his slate, then they'll probably extend the deal or renew the deal. Or if they performing well and they get rid of them and ain't nobody else performing at all, then they might just get out of combat sports altogether. But this idea that some of y'all have, bro, that they going out of business or that you taking this report as an I told you so moment, I just find it real funny that ain't nobody talking about the shit they said about Turkey and Riyadh season and this bidding war they tried to start and how that shit fell flat on his face. Y'all pick and choose and cherry pick specific pieces of the article. I'm gonna talk about the entire stuff over here, bro. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of the news, the report by this guy, Aganon or whatever. I take it with a grain of salt. But my thoughts on it are simple, bro. This year, Premier Boxing Champion is having a great year. They doing their thing. Amazon Prime is showing more commitment to them, giving them more dates this year than they had last year, more free cards this year than they had last year. And PBC has been doing a great job of putting on their own events and also allowing their fighters to go get bags with other promotional companies, diversifying their portfolio, finding different ways to bring money into their company. They generating their own money with their own events, and they sending their fighters off to get paydays and then getting promotional fees by loaning their fighters out to other fight cards without having to spend any money promoting shit. Sounds like a good goddamn business that's doing okay to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Comment below, smash a like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Javante Tank Davis, let Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.